30-minute manufacturing process of a reinforced prosthesis. Removable dental prostheses held in place by abutments screwed on dental implants are subjected to significant distortion and pressure, in particular on the pillars and abutments. It has been clinically observed that the appearance first of a shearing crack and then fatigue failure, widening to a fracture, occur especially on the upper side of the resin support, where the acrylic enamel has been removed in order to position the female abutment. A highly resistant, solid and aesthetic material is easily obtained by reinforcing the prosthesis with a Fiberforce mesh and a Fiberforce 2.2 diameter braid within the acrylic material. Precautions. The positioning of the reinforcements has been studied by our engineers to minimize any fracturing of the acrylic resin, even when off-center pressures are applied. The strength of the structure once it is incorporated within the acrylic resin is dependent on the protocol being respected. Preparing the structure. Place the female parts on the abutments. Cover the model with self-adhesive wax, leaving the abutments free. Cut the self-adhesive wax to the desired shape. Make 4 or 5 notches in the wax and fill them with Pink Flow light curing resin. Using a scalpel, remove any excess resin so the filled notches are level with the wax. Light cure the resin. Manufacturing the structure. Place the Fiberforce mesh on the model. Perforate the holes in the mesh so the abutments can come through the mesh. Put the mesh-covered model in the easy vac system. Extract the air using the air vacuum pump so that the mesh takes the exact shape of the model. Close the valve and remove the pump. Put the easy vac system, which contains the model, in the light curing unit. Particular care is required around the female abutments, which are in the critical zone for potential fractures. From one of the distal extremities, a 2.2 diameter millimeter pink braid is wound completely around each abutment and is continued to the other distal extremities. For additional reinforcement, a thinner occlusal braid can be added to the 2.2 diameter millimeter pink braid. Add a few drops of light curable resin between the braid and the mesh, in particular around the abutments. light cure the model in the light curing unit, blue light. Using a knife, carefully detach the solidified fibres, braids and mesh, from the model, ensuring the female abutments remain incorporated in the mesh. Using a pair of scissors, cut the mesh around the self-adhesive wax that had previously been placed and cut. Clean the reinforced fibres using steam. Using a small burr fisher drill, carefully perforate the mesh holes again. Setting the reinforced fibres in the acrylic resin. Once the PMMA resin is moulded or injected, the fibre force structure is invisibly incorporated within the prothesis. The reinforced structure is compatible with all available resins. It can be used with all moulding procedures such as injection, compression and cold moulding and all types of light curing.